We should be live. Hang out on air. Yeah, we're live. All right. Welcome to another episode of Rick's Life as I See It. Week 13. Unlucky for some. But we'll see how it goes. See if anybody joins us today. I don't, it's dead on 3, so we'll have to see if anybody shows up. But I just wanted to mention that I thought last week's show went quite well. It got picked up there in the end. It was sort of flagging in the middle, but I think it was Night Strike showed up and saved the day for me. I think I was his 5th chat he'd been on that day that he overtook. But it was pretty good. Well, what I want to talk about was I don't know if you heard last week. I was talking about my poor range safety that I showed last week on that video, where if there was people standing next to me, I was sweeping them like crazy. Well, I didn't video it this week because actually I left my phone at home, but I made sure that I didn't. I made sure that I kept everything, like facing down range and all that good shit. I didn't sweep anybody. I practiced drawing from the holster too, and I used a what's the word for it? It's a humanoid target, still target. Would that be the word?
The silhouette.
Silhouette, that's the word. Yeah, human silhouette. And I was drawing on that. This ain't great than the sound of lead hitting steel. It really is nice though. So actually, I was quite pleased with myself. My aim was pretty good. See now, this time too. See, I wear glasses, and these are progressive lenses, and of course, right where I look is the line. You can't see it on the glass. Is that invisible stuff? But it's right there on the line. If I don't get my head just right, looking at the front sight, it gets blurry.
Right.
So I'm always moving my head, this way, trying to get it right. Well, normally I wore contacts when I went shooting this week, and pulled the gun up there straight up, boom, without even thinking about it. Could see the end of the sight, no problem, and I was hitting the target, which is great. I mean, when I went for my qualification for my permit, I wore my contacts but then again, I don't every day wear my contacts. So if I'm out there, I can't. If I'm confronted, I can't say, hold on, let me run home and go put my contacts in. So I need to learn to shoot with these on. But then in the meantime, I had an eye test and my eyes got worse. So I've got another pair. When I was on the Medicaid, so they gave me a free pair, and I can only have the bifocals. Look at them boys. Those are some real. I don't know what that makes me look like. I don't know. I kind of feel dorky in these, to be honest with you.
Are your contacts also progressive?
No, I have my right eye is for close up, my left eye is for distance. So seeing the end of the barrel is great with that right eye.
Right.
Right, then I can see the target with the left. Works out beautiful. So
you're right eye dominant?
Yes, but I was naturally but I'm naturally left-handed. I started shooting left-handed until I had my accident and had the operation, and I couldn't use my left hand anymore. But I must admit, these glasses are clearer because it's slightly stronger lens than these things. but they look kind of dorky. So I'm
Well,
reluctant to kind of wear them out in public, you know.
those are the shooting glasses?
No, they're my regular reading glasses and watching TV glasses.
Okay.
These on. These, I mean, these are bought and paid for. You know what I'm saying? Sweat and
Right.
blood. What I mean, these are a free pair that the government gave me when I was out hurting and unemployed. They gave me free medical.
Yep, I got a couple of those too.
So this is what they gave me. And it was kind of dorky, but
Listen, as long as they work, that's all that matters.
they're actually clearer than these ones. So I am seriously thinking about starting to wear them more because, you know, I can tell the difference now when I put those on and these on. How much my eyes are clearer with those. How the vision's a lot clearer.
Well, do you have what's it called? What's it called? Where it makes your eyes blurry?
No.
Okay, well I have that, so I have to have an extra special prescription because of that.
Yeah.
But how does that affect you that you were sweeping?
Oh, it had nothing to do with that. It's just totally different. Where I was going last week when I was sweeping,
Right.
that was just bad range management on my part.
Well, you know what? I
wasn't hitting the target, but I wasn't hitting the target so good. I said I was hitting the target great this time because I noticed I had my contacts on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I pull up the right hand, I mean, because that right lens is for close up looking, so I can see. I got a big white dot on the end of my carry gun. I can see that it's clear as a bell. Then in my left eye distance, I can see that silhouette clear as a bell. And I was hitting them, bam. You know, I was quite proud of myself actually.
Well,
and when I finished, I was quite. I made sure I put the gun down, keeping it facing, upright.
Are your lenses polycarbonate?
These ones are.
Okay, you have to be careful.
I don't know. I don't know about these ones. I guess they are because they're actually quite light for such a thick lens.
Yeah, you just have to be careful when you shoot if you're not using a specific pair of glasses meant for shooting.
Oh yeah, in case yeah.
You don't want any ricochets breaking that plastic.
Oh yeah.
So I got a pair of gargoyles someone gave to me, and the cool thing about it is those gargoyles you can actually replace the lenses with a pair of prescription lenses.
Okay.
So if I were going to go to the range, I would just switch out the lenses.
Yeah. So there we go. Got my dorky glasses on.
No, you look fine. You don't look like a dork.
Yeah, well, you're going to say that. Yeah. But,
I still got to get paid. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, so, oh, yeah. So that was that. Oh, yeah. Also, on my press, I added a micrometer for the gunpowder.
Okay.
So now, really, I'm only doing 45, so really there was no point. But I'm thinking ahead of the game. Like if I changed to say a 9mm or a 44 Magnum or whatever, instead of having to take the top off, and it's got these round discs. Hang on, let's see if I can find them here real quick. Of course, I could have thought about this before I started this. Here we go. Yeah.
Now, are you looking for the powder, or are you looking for the?
No. So when you change it, the measurement, you have to. I don't know if you can see these. You have to put these in there.
Right.
And it's got sizes on it, like is it on this one? No, that's for the smaller ones. Is this the next one? Yeah, like on on a 45 using bullseye, right, it says use 0.53, which is right here. So you take the top off, put this on, put it back on, screw it all down. And say you want to go to something that's either takes more or less, you have to find the right size. I got 4 different sizes here, you know, of for powder charges.
Right.
4 different sizes. So to say I was going to go to a 44 Magnum, and say it took I don't know, 76 for argument's sake. I don't know. I don't have any 44 Magnums, but I would have to take the thing apart again, take the other one off, put this one on, put it all back together again, tighten it down.
Now, how?
Now this micrometer I've got at the front of it, it's just got a dial, so I can dial to anything I want without having to take the thing apart.
How close to being precise is it? Have you noticed?
Oh, it ain't far off. It's not far off.
Okay.
You know.
So it's coming in with 1 or 2 within 1 or 2 grains of the prescribed.
Well, actually, I've noticed though you actually go like I need mine to be between 5.0 and 5.7. I have mine tweaked to about 5.6, and it comes in at 5.3.
So it sounds like you're using the larger grain powder.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, so that's what I'm doing. I would show you the damn thing, but I don't have the camera set up the right way to do it. But this thing just has it sits in there and has a brass dial on the front, and it's numbered, and you just turn it to what you want to get the right measurement for whatever you're doing. It saves you taking the thing apart all the time.
Right.
So, I mean, so I'm quite pleased with that. That worked out quite well. Of course, I'm reading the instructions there and saying that don't make sense to me. So I go to good old YouTube and find myself a YouTube how to use and install the thing. No problem.
There's no way to install that plate to the powder measure as one unit. So when you replace it to what you need, you only have to replace one item, or you have to do all those parts separately.
Well, you have to do it all separately unless you have separate. Unless you do a separate powder dye.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a separate powder dye and you just took the dye out and left everything the same and used a different dye and have the different measurements already set, you could do it that way.
Right, but that would mean probably you need an extra plate.
Yeah, and all that kind of good stuff. So this way, you know, all I got to do is adjust the dial there to get that dialed in.
Now, before you got that, how much faster do you would you say you're going now that you have it?
No, I ain't going no faster. Because I'm not right now. I'm not changing. All I'm making is what I'm doing. I'm only doing one size, 45. Right. Okay. Say I went on to make. Say I went and do 38 specials. Right. It would take less, so I would have to turn it back down to whatever the book says 38 specials is, and do my thing there. But I'm ready for when I expand.
Right.
So, but I mean, I can knock out some. Let's say I can do about I can knock out 100. I can make about 100 in about an hour and a half.
That's actually pretty good.
You know, I'm not rushing it, but I'm taking my time. You know, I went up to I ran out of primers, so I dropped the last box all over the floor again. So, but I picked them all up, but I had to go get some. And you order them online, unless you're buying them in the thousands. You got to pay a hazmat fee.
Oh God, no!
Right? So, and that's why I did that the first time, because I bought everything: the bullets, the gunpowder, and all that. But I found a store actually, and it's about a 30-minute ride from here. And actually, I didn't even know it was a gun store.
What does it look like?
Well, the sign outside. Well, actually, doesn't even have a sign outside. It's just painted yellow, and on the door, in small lettering, it's got Heritage Gun. Then in big letters, coin.
Oh, so it's one of those coin shops /
Yeah. But I walked in, and man, that thing is loaded with guns and ammo, and he's got a full reloading section. You name it, he's got it.
How big is the other part of the shop compared to the gun part?
I didn't even see any coin section.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I didn't see it, I must have missed it.
What is the name of the shop?
Heritage Gun and Coin in West Warwick, Rhode Island. Well, anyways, that's where I'm going now. So you pay a couple of dollars more than you would buying online, but then you're saving on hazmat fees, And since my time is my own, it's riding the 30 minutes there and 30 minutes back doesn't bother me. So I find that all right.
So it actually looks like a decent gun shop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is. So
Smith & Wesson FMP 223 575. That's not bad.
yeah. Okay. All right. So next thing, I was looking buying a new gun. And I was looking at, you know anything about that one called Honor Guard?
What about it?
It's called, the brand name is Honor Guard. It's made in Georgia. A bunch
Right.
of, so it's meant to be all American. And actually, I happened to go find it. I actually happened to see I was going through watching a video of, what's his name? Is it Such 00?
Right.
Yeah, it was beginning of the week, and they're offering a deal $399 for the 9mm, I believe it is, 3 magazines, and a frame that sticks out the front a little bit, so you can't go out of battery or something. All for $399.
That Honor Guard, it comes to you from Honor Defense.
Yeah. So have you heard anything about them?
I have not. I'm trying to look it up now to see what they have.
Yeah. They normally don't sell direct to the public.
Right. It looks like you could only order parts.
Yeah, but they do have. But if you go to I don't know if I still have his email here. Let me have a look.
Well, they have a link to the special for Such on the website as well.
Yeah, well, you go to that and it will show it to you.
Yeah, I see it. $399. Yeah, well, that doesn't look like a bad deal. But again, I don't know about I've never heard about the firearm itself.
No, I haven't either. So I mean, it caught my interest. Especially, just
we got Grim
modular, because it's what you're doing when you're only the frame everything comes out inside. Right. So you can buy different frames for it, and you have it sent straight to your house. It's only that part that drops in that has the serial number on it that you have to go through the FFL.
Yeah, like most guns.
You know.
Yeah. So we got Grim watching and we got Knives watching. What's up, guys?
Oh, Knives is in.
Yeah, and
Knives
Grim
in the house.
and Grim 90.
Well, that's good. So I like to see. I'm all messed up here. I've lost my screens. Okay, that's that one. Okay. Which one's this? That's that one. Oh, okay. I see what I did. Oh, dumbass. All right. I'm back. I'm back organized again now. Yeah. So I was thinking of buying one of those. Or buying a clone, single action, 45.
Right.
I don't know. I just felt like, I'm leaning more towards the single action because I've only got one revolver, and that's a little 38 special.
Do you know what brand you want to go with?
No. I was looking at different ones. I don't know what's, nothing too expensive.
Well, I mean, if you want a decent gun for low price, the Smith & Wesson SDV 9, what is it, $299?
Oh yeah.
Good.
Huh.
And for the most part, I've heard people say mostly good things about it, and it's reliable.
Yeah. Well, that's good. I have to look. I'll check into that. I'm checking in. Mind you, I was hoping it would be here because I had a question for him. Let's see. I remember when I got all my stuff here for my podcasts. Everything I've got is identical to a video that Never Enough Ammo did.
Which one was that?
It was about doing podcasts. It was it has to be 2 or 3 years old. And it shows like what equipment he has, like the mixer and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
And with the mixer, he had this cord, which I bought the cord too, which you can hook up to your phone, which he does, and that's what he plays his intro in through, right? I ain't figured how to do that yet either. But also, I was reading the instructions to this mixer here is you can accept phone calls.
Right.
So I was trying to think maybe set phone calls up here from a broadcast.
Wouldn't you need another line for that?
Well, no, you said it through my cell phone.
Oh, okay.
And it would hook up to this podcast here. Like you'd be talking on a radio station or whatever.
Oh, so one of the tips for the connection would be a 3.5 millimeter jack.
Well, I got all the jacks.
Right.
The jacks, but I don't know how to use it. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering, maybe I'm more of a show me type thing than trying to read it.
Absolutely.
But I'll figure it out. I mean, if I read it, I will figure it out. It'll take me time, but I will do it.
I would love to help you, but I don't have a mixer.
Yeah. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Take phone calls.
Is that one of the desktop mixers like most of the guys have, or you have one of those handheld versions?
Oh, mine's quite cool, actually. It's
Well, let's see what you got.
Well, I gotta find a camera. Hang on, I gotta get a camera. I gotta get the camera all moved around.
Oh, so it's not a small mixer.
Oh, let's see if I can. It's all wired up here, but that's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what a lot of the guys have.
Yeah, I mean I got that off of I went with what Never Enough Ammo has. Then I have another thing over here. This is for my microphone thing.
Right.
Right. Then of course I got this humongous microphone you see me talking into. It looks good. Looks professional. You know, I've even, I don't hardly ever wear them, but I've even got the headphones. You know?
Right.
So, because, you know, one day I might be an internet star, you know?
That little panel I saw, I don't know, it gets a little confusing for me. I've been looking for something that's more digital, where you have the little push levers that go up and down.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to figure out about them before I purchase it, because I want to be able to start getting into it when I get it. So that's why I'm just reading up on the stuff right now before I buy anything.
Oh, okay. So I was just wondering, because I was thinking, that's what I thought. I thought it'd be pretty cool to take in phone calls. You know, say now we have calling in from so and so. You know,
you're gonna have to get a phone with 2 SIM cards and have 1 SIM card just for the show. Then
why?
Because you don't want your number out for anybody to get, right?
Good point. Good point.
So you have 1 SIM card activated during the show, and you deactivate it or turn it off when the show's over.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Remember, it is the interwebs.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got that. Then my next, I was hoping I wouldn't have to do it this week, but I got to bring up North Korea. You know, I have it written down here. I don't know what in the hell they're playing at, but it's not so much. There's a little peon trying to say he wants people to look at me, look how big I am. You know, but he can't. But he's dangerous. That's the problem.
Right.
But hopefully, the Chinese will get to him, and I think, as a last resort, I believe the Chinese will assassinate him. And, and they'll put somebody in charge who they can control.
Did you see that Trump already had his live conference stating that they've come to some kind of agreement?
Oh, no. They have?
Yeah. They had it about 2 hours ago.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, hopefully. Again, fingers crossed. They're trying, but...
Yeah. Well, see, I haven't seen any news today. But
yeah, that little...
I wrote this down the other day. What made me write it down was what day was it last week or this week? What's her name? From the last party that was in the house there. Susan Rice.
Right.
Goes, Donald Trump should tolerate North Korea having nuclear weapons. Go fuck yourself.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language if there's any underage people out there, and didn't mean to, but sometimes I get so hot under the collar.
Well, no, you're absolutely right. You see how they tolerate all the nonsense, and when you try to deal with serious things, they're like, hugs and kisses, everybody. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal.
Another thing, too, about the Dems and the liberals. When Kim came out and said, I'm going to nuke America or Americans, which means Guam, right?
I know why. Yeah.
Not a word said. Donald Trump knows I'm going to get you with fire and fury like you've never seen before. Oh, you need to tone this down. Shut the hell up. I mean, you don't have no balls to do it, so just let somebody in there who knows what they're doing. That's the way I look at it.
Yep, they're a bunch of I don't know what to call them anymore.
No.
What do you call somebody who's lost their mind tenfold?
Do what?
What do you call somebody who's lost their minds 10 times?
What? Insane.
I don't know. You tell me. This Catherine Rice. So she said in Congress, they labeled she wants to label. Excuse me. She wants to label the NRA and Dana Loesch, the NRA spokesperson, as domestic terrorists.
As domestic security risks for this country.
Right. Not the people who actually go ahead and kill people and blow shit up. They're not an issue. Just the Americans who are trying to fight for the rights of Americans, they're the issue. That's how crazy these people are.
What they don't like is that video where she's saying all that, is all that violence was all by people who claim to be Democrats, voted for the Democrats, voted for Hillary. They're the ones that caused all that violence. And what it is, they don't like, they can't, as what's his name said in the film, what's his name? Jack Nicholas, when he was that general, the Marines, you can't handle the truth.
And they really can't. And the funny part is, this congresswoman wants to label them whatever she wants to label them, when Dana Loesch is discussing how the media is so corrupt and she just wants them to tell the truth. That's the response of the congresswoman.
Yeah. Yeah. And the problem is, she's on Homeland Security.
Exactly. You'd figure somebody like that would be a little more pro get the truth out there rather than labeling Americans fighting for American rights.
Going about Trump needs to resign. She needs to resign.
Yeah, like Grimm said, they're not in touch with reality, especially these Congress people who are defending the people who are actually killing people rather than defending Americans.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess that makes, since I agreed with that NRA ad, I guess that makes me a domestic security risk too, huh?
Yeah, but aren't all Americans?
Oh, yeah, Jared Walsh remembers it now, yeah. Colonel Nathan R. Jessup. That's right. He said, you can't handle the truth. That was a good movie. Oh, what was that? Few Good Men? Wasn't that the name of it?
Few Good Men, yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I feel today about this politics. It's I get so frustrated. The guy I go out where I have breakfast every morning, and he was going off the other day. I said, that's all you've got to go on is, finding fault in the way Donald Trump said this or the way Donald Trump did that, and all this, and going on about he's dangerous. We can't afford to have somebody like him in charge of the nuclear weapons. Well, they wouldn't have the nuclear weapons if Clinton hadn't given them 2 nuclear reactors.
Exactly. They were able to squeeze out just enough plutonium out of those, what are they called, soft generators?
Yeah, whatever it is, they got it. Plus the Chinese helping them and everything else, And
everybody trying to work with them like they're little 3-year-olds for the last 20 years.
Yeah, yeah. And nobody.
Well, what you get when you let a 3-year-old go crazy over the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just, I don't know. I had this discussion last week about, politics in general is, to me, there was a lady, I don't know if I'm still friends with her anymore on Facebook, but she's one of these, still can't accept Trump won, he's not, and she's one of these, he's not my president type things and everything else. And, and I said to her the other day, I said, get over it. It's a done deal. You lost. Pull up your pants. Let's get on and do things. If you don't like it, in 2020, you can vote him out. It's that simple.
Until then, they're going to be running with their pants over their heads.
Yeah, yeah. But I think, personally, him in the White House, I think he's done a great job.
So far, so good. But you can't make everybody happy, no matter what.
No, but the Senate and the House of Representatives are the bastards that let us down. Well, they want to come up with that. They want to come up with that thing I saw the other day. That they want to bring that. It's making grounds again. That bill where congressmen can have concealed carry anywhere in the country. What makes them so special?
Absolutely nothing.
But I mean, that kind of stuff's pissing me off. They've had all year to get this shit done, and they just sitting on it. I got a notification. I think we got 208 co-sponsors now.
Oh, sweet.
You know what I'm saying? I think you can get the other 10 if you brought it to the floor.
220, that's the magic number?
No, 218.
218.
And we're 208.
I'm thinking they're not pushing it till they get closer to that magic number.
It comes down, they don't want to upset the anti-gunners. They're pro-gun if you ask them, but they're not going to push it because they want to win their seats again in 2018.
Right.
And stupid Republicans, because we want the Republicans to be in there, we'll vote for them. It's a never-ending circle.
That's a problem with the Republicans. So for the last, how many years? 10, 15, 20 years, they have the direction, they have the opportunity to make things happen, and they just end up sitting on their asses, and they don't do anything. And then they wonder why they get voted out eventually.
Yeah. I mean, I was some interview the other day with Trump. As he was saying, his platform when he was thing is, replacing a pill Obamacare. As soon as I get in there, he says, I'm there. I go to the House and Senate. Well, I got my pen here. Let me sign it. And they've had 7 years to come up with something, and they've done fuck all. You got a president who's willing to sign anything they put in front of him, and they can't even get that shit right.
And they've been screaming repeal and replace while Obama was in office.
Yeah,
and they still didn't get anything.
They could have worked on something during all this time. You know what I'm saying? For when it came to that day that a Republican won, we'd be ready.
Well, Trump was ready. The problem is Congress is not.
Was going to win?
Huh?
Didn't they think a Republican was going to win?
Not this one, apparently.
No.
But they're probably not over it anyway, so.
Yeah. Oh, well. Oh, well, what can we say? Life goes on. There I am solving the world here in front of my computer.
Yeah, believe it or not, some things are really that simple, but you make it political and it gets turned upside down.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, sure. It's not that difficult. I mean, I can't see it being that difficult. I really can't. But what am I missing? I'm trying to get in and out of there too fast that I won't make the money like the rest of them make. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It really is.
No argument there, sir.
No. There's something else I had written down. I can't remember what I want to have. I done this to me last week. I got to get me a new pad. This one's about run out. So what happens is I go writing back on the backs of other weeks, and I don't know which weeks I write it on. You know what I'm saying? So I have to look for it.
You could always make a document on your computer.
I could.
And just document like that.
I could. But I'm old-fashioned.
Well, you know how, Matt and you and other people like to use pen and pencil to piss off G-Webs?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Watched these little videos this week on Red Dawn.
Right.
where it was filmed. No.
I actually snuck it in last night. Helped me fall asleep. It was a good movie.
Oh yeah,
I had to watch it again.
it was the original. I mean, I haven't seen the remake, and from what it sounds about, I don't want to. You know, I thought the original was pretty cool when it came out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
You know
know,
what had me cracking up yet the other day? They had the anniversary of the Red Dawn, right?
yeah,
Webs is out on the road, so when they started doing the gun of the day and all that, Bob goes, "What's the gun of the day?" Without saying anything from Red Dawn, G Webs is like, "No, we know what the gun of the day is. We know what this of the day is. We know what the movie of the day is." And it was just like,
yeah.
"Come on, Bob."
Well, he's a Canadian.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's a Canadian. What more can you expect? Yeah. Anyway. So I guess I'm gonna have to jump on Night Strike when I see him because he yelled at me for not sending him a link last week. I sent him 2 this week.
Maybe he's stuck doing something.
Yeah, he could be. He could be. He could be doing something else, which is fine.
I don't know what else you would need to do on a Saturday, but you know, you need to be here, Night Strike. Move it.
Oh,
Hey, Patrick.
hey, yeah, hey, I didn't even see it. I would have sent it. You know, so I'm easy
Oh,
going
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we got Jared on the YouTube side also.
Yeah. Can you? I mean, you can't. You can only do the link through gun channels, right?
Right, because you have to be a moderator on the YouTube side. So the person who starts the chat has to make somebody a moderator and give them a thing called a wrench in order to put the links in there.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, why can't? I mean, because we're using Google Hangouts, which is part of YouTube. You think you should be able to put a link in YouTube to get into the Hangouts?
They're still considered 2 separate servers. So
All right. You know. Oh well. So that's it. Anything new happening on your end there, John?
not much. Just
Yeah.
staying inside, for the weekend since it's raining and cloudy most of it. So
Yeah. Oh, I know what I was going to say.
what's up?
As much as I hate to admit it, that I'm more. It's kind of a. I mean, it's like a catch-22 because since I had the accident, I put on more weight. Putting on more weight makes it harder for me to walk.
Right.
Right. So I am on a diet to lose the weight and stuff. But in the meantime, my doctor, I don't know if I told you, my doctor wrote a prescription for me to get an electric scooter where I could be more mobile outside.
Couple of long guns in the back,
That's what I
couple
was
of
thinking.
handguns in the front.
Well, what I was thinking, I mean, because like when I went down the range the other day, I pull up where I'm going in my truck. I use my bed in my truck. My tailgate is my table, and and I got my little chair or stool I pull out to sit on and stuff. But I was using the steel targets, but they were looking a bit grim, so I got my can of paint and hobbled up there to paint them and hobbled back. By the time I'd done that, I mean, my back's hurting so bad, i.e. because of the injury, plus because of the extra weight I'm carrying. It's a twofold thing. If I lose weight, it won't hurt so bad. But as my doctor said, eventually, if I live long enough, right, I'll be in a wheelchair. my back's that bad. It's getting worse all the time.
Grim said you're going to have a tactical scooter.
Oh, that's what I'm going to have. But what I'm saying is if I had a scooter, right, I could zip up to the target, spray it, and zip back, and be good to go.
You're going to have to put a jet engine on that thing to zip.
You know? then find some way to can still carry my gun on there where I can do IPDA or whatever tournaments?
IPSCA, yeah.
Whichever one. There's one of them, the defense one.
Right.
They do one. They actually have a setup for handicapped people in wheelchairs.
Can you just get one of those thin lock boxes and attach it to one of the sides of the wheelchair, of the scooter?
Don't see why not.
There you go. You got two long guns locked up in the back of the scooter, and you have the handgun in the lockbox.
Hey, my long gun, I'm gonna have my my Maverick 88 Special.
Yeah, and you'll have the finger grooves that grab onto them to lock them in, and you'll press a button and it'll open them up, and you have quick access to them when you need it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, anyway,
you'll be able to do 3-gun with your tactical scooter.
There you go. But I mean, but the thought of getting a scooter, it feels. Yeah, it sounds. I mean, it will help me a lot, but I also feel that I'm giving in.
But you're not giving in. Don't forget, also, it's not easy once you get to a certain point in your life. Also, some of the medications that doctors give for these kind of issues, they cause you to eat and they cause you to gain weight. So you have to work a little harder, and it's hard to get there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I realized this medication I'm on for the pain in my back, right, it's not 100% steroid, but it's in the steroid family.
Right.
So I mean that ain't helping with my, I mean that's packing on some pounds, but I can't survive without it. You know, that's the problem. Even using it, I still feel pain.
Like, you know? Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, they want me to. They said increase the dose. I said, hell, I said you got me on 900 a day now.
And the rough part with that one you're talking about, it physically makes you tired. So it's not like you don't want to do anything.
Yes.
You know, you do want to do something, but you know.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
You know. So I mean, that's where I'm at right now. But as I said, I mean, the company actually called me up, yesterday, and said we'll schedule you for an appointment to come and get evaluated for your brand new scooter.
You have to go to them, or they come to your house?
I got to go to them.
Okay.
Right. I said, okay, no problem. When? Oh, not until October.
Yeah, those things are never quick.
Yeah, I said, well, she goes, does somebody have to drive you? Can you drive yourself? I said, I can drive myself. She goes, well, we'll put you on the short list for cancellation then.
Right.
We'll give you a call and say, we got an opening tomorrow. Can you make it? You know, and I can. I mean, unless I got a doctor's appointment, I can do that. That's no problem.
Right.
But I did say to him, I said, I can do that. But I said, once I get there, actually it's in Newport, which is about an hour drive from me. Right. I said, but once I get there, it's actually in Newport Hospital itself. So okay. once I get to the hospital there, I said, can you send somebody out with a wheelchair to come and get me? I don't want to make it sound like I can walk. If I can walk in there, what do I need one for?
No. They have those things available to people with your situation because, you know, you have to make sure you're covered to take care of the people coming in. So Grim says, make sure you get the ATV gun brackets with the wheelchair when you go get the fitting.
Oh, yeah, for the long guns. Yeah.
And make sure you get it in tactical black, okay?
Yeah.
Unless you want to go camo.
What do you think, camo or tactical black?
That would be a kick-ass scooter.
I'm going to ask him if I can have it in camo.
Seriously. Or OD.
I want all terrain. I have all terrain tires on it. You know? So, and what I was going to do is, I don't know if they supply that or not, is I have the hitch on the back of my truck.
Right.
I mean, I put it on there myself, 5 years ago. Spanking brand new. Never ever used it. Right? What I was going to do was put one of them platform things that go into, that hang off the thing with a ring to carry the thing around on.
Well, I don't know how strong those scooters are, so I don't know if you add more weight to it, it's going to make it back heavy or front heavy.
Unless they supply that too.
Well, definitely when you go do your fitting, you make sure you ask them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Then you could put your tent and your food and your extra ammunition in there.
That's right. That's right. I can throw in my 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 bug out bag I got in the other room.
And then anything.
I started that a couple of years ago. Here's a funny story. Here I am watching all these videos, and I'm thinking, yeah, you know, we gotta get this. You never know what's going to happen.
Any females you pick on the way could just right on your lap.
Yeah, but so I get my bug out bag, and I'm buying all this stuff, and I'm thinking, this is before, it was last year, so I was only 59. I said, here I am heading for 60. You know,
God bless. God bless.
Can't walk, and I'm buying all this stuff to go survive out in the wild. I said, how the hell am I going to get out there?
One day at a time, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Keep working on your goals. Set yourself your goals. Keep working on it.
Yeah, but I thought,
I guarantee you,
about it was funny, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hell, you know, just put my truck into 4-wheel drive and go cross country. Yeah. And with my tactical scooter on the back, the close-up work.
No, you'll have the tactical scooter hauling the truck.
Yeah, gotta have me a little, one of those little, you know, I don't know, a little tent in the back where I can camp.
Right.
You know, when I'm out there with my tactical scooter. Yeah. I guess gotta get.
Make sure you write these things down so when you go have the fitting, you know to ask it. Don't forget.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna need some. So, like if I shoot a deer or a turkey, I gotta haul it back somehow. So I'm gonna need some sort of rack to do that with, or a basket or something to throw the stuff in. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever gone hunting?
Hell, not since I was about 18.
Wow.
You know,
does your gun club have access to a hunting facilities? You know, any land that they go to?
Yeah, actually, they do. Actually, yeah, they do.
Is it attached to the range that you belong to?
Well, no, it's a sort of like we belong to some federation of you know, sportsmen's club. Some, you know, like we do archery and shooting, and some do hunting and fishing and that type of thing. So you can go use their facility and then come and use ours type thing deal.
Oh, that's very cool.
I don't know about it.
Right, so you don't have to go out and look for another membership for this thing and another membership for that thing. All you would need would be your hunting license.
Oh yeah, look at that digital camo. Patrick says. You blend in or be invisible. That's what I need.
They should have separate. They should have separate covers for the scooter. One when you're in the woods. One when you're in the snow. One when you're, you know.
Oh man. So, anyway. Oh my God! Look at that. It's the hour is almost up. Didn't realize it went that fast. That flew by. You know?
So what else is on your schedule?
I think did I get that? I think we got everything. I did write something down, but I can't remember what the hell it was. and I can't find it. So yeah, so we got the NRA. Yeah, we talked about that. You know. Oh, what about that? Real quick, I don't mind running over.
What's up?
That what did it happen yesterday? That court case up in Washington State, where the state was a state Supreme Court, an 8-1 thing said that they can do a gun tax on every gun they sell in the city of Washington.
Really?
So that opens it wide open for all kinds of. They could say, well, we need to increase. They could say, well, we want to give $100 a gun now. You know, and it's not by state; it's by city and town. That's what it's opened a whole big can of worms.
What is the sales tax in Washington and Seattle?
Sales tax. It's a separate gun tax.
Oh, snap!
I mean, and it's in the state. It's in the town of Washington, I believe. And like last year, they collected $108,000, right, in this gun tax. Because for every gun sold, it's $25 that you, the purchaser, has to pay. In a gun tax.
Wow.
Right?
That's amazing, dude. Anything for $1. That's the government. And once they get into it, they'll never let it go.
Yeah. But what they're saying is, so say, they said there's only 2 or 3 gun stores left in the town. So say one closes down, so they're losing some of their income. So they say, oh, now we're going to put up to $50 a gun to make up for what we're losing. Like every town can do this now.
Wow.
You know?
I didn't realize Seattle was that bad, but that's bad.
Yeah, I think it's Seattle they're talking about. I heard it last night. I thought, Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Yeah. Here you go.
That sounds like a political power play.
Yeah, but it ain't. I mean, problem is, I can see. What did I hear it on? I heard it on Armed American Radio last night.
Right.
And he was talking about it, but that gives what's his name? The guy who fronts all this, Goldberg or whatever his name is. Your ex mayor of New York, Michael. What was his name?
Shitberg.
You know, he with his millions, he can pump millions into into these campaigns for every town to start charging a gun tax.
Every town and mom nut job moms. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. It's a blow for us.
Especially for Seattle, yeah.
Yeah. Blow for us. Why Congress sits on their fucking ass and does fuck all.
Grimm says in Illinois, Crook County charges an extra $25 for gun purchases already. Wow.
That's the county, yeah. But this one is in Washington State, must be Seattle. Yeah, it's a town tax. It's a town gun tax. Which means since it was done by, I think it's in the federal court, which is what was that, Circuit 9 or whatever it is?
Oh God, the Ninth Circuit. Oh, they're the worst.
Yeah. So hopefully, let's see what happens. But so you can imagine every town in the state saying, "Oh, now we can tax everybody. Every gun bought $25." Either it's going to put the ultimate goal is to stop selling guns in the state. Because businesses are going to go out of business because people you're not going to buy them because you're not going to pay it.
Well, what's that city that's putting extra tax now on soda now? The larger the soda you get, the bigger the tax you get on it.
Wasn't that you guys in New York?
Ding, 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 ding.
I didn't think that passed.
It's liberals. God only knows what the hell should pass or should not pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's certainly not based on laws.
Yeah. But that's life that's life as I see it.
Yes, sir.
I can only do what I can do. Well, I'm going to go because I'm going to take care of some stuff to do, make some more bullets. I shot about 150 the other day.
Nice.
It was.
How many people got swept?
None. There was nobody there again, but I made conscious effort not to do that this time. I said I was going to film myself, but I left the camera, my phone at home.
You know what? Once you see yourself doing it and you keep practicing, you'll practice your bad habits out of your routine.
Oh yeah, I mean I know. I went slower and made sure that I didn't do that. I mean, I never used to. It's just that I'm normally there by myself, so I'm not paying. You know what I'm saying? I'm there by myself, so boom.
Well, no, you'll still keep it in the back of your head. It'll still be there, just repetition, you know.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Anyway, we're at 4 o'clock. My hour is up. I appreciate everybody who joined in, and thank you, John. You want to push your channel?
I'm good.
All right. And everybody else out there in the listening audience, I appreciate you joining in. If you have any questions, you can always ask them, or if there's something you think of, you can always send me an email. It's at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com. You know, and the more I think about it, the more I'm going to read up on that, how to do taking phone calls. I think that'd be kind of cool. You know, actually taking a phone call from somebody while you're on the air.
All right, I'll see what I could find out for you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Goodbye. And as I say on my other videos, America, wherever you are, be careful out there.
Take care.
Yeah.